How can you free yourself from emotional burdens and find peace within your soul? Letting go is not giving up, it is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. In today's video, we will explore the magical power of letting go and how it can completely transform your life. Welcome to the Living Peacefully channel, where we share life lessons, profound philosophies, and the journey of discovering spiritual values. If you enjoy content that inspires and adds sustainable value to your life, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos. Like, share this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey is the greatest inspiration for us. Let's embark together on a meaningful journey where letting go is not just a release but the beginning of a happier life. The burdens we carry, an opening reflection. In moments of silence, when you look back on your past, have you ever realized how many burdens you are carrying in your soul? These could be unhealed wounds, lingering regrets, or shattered expectations. Each burden takes on its own unique form, yet collectively, they weigh down our hearts and clutter our minds. Imagine your soul as a boat drifting across the open sea. When we carry too much weight, the boat begins to sink. If we fail to let go of the unnecessary excess, the boat cannot move forward and risks losing the chance to journey further. Similarly, our minds, if burdened by unresolved matters, are pulled backward by what has passed, leaving us feeling depleted and empty within. But why do we cling to suffering? It is because these burdens often come wrapped in familiar memories. Even when those memories bring pain, they remain fragments of our past, vestiges of what once gave our lives vibrancy. It's like holding onto a wilted bouquet. Though it has lost its beauty, we struggle to part with it because it once brought us joy. We also fear letting go. We fear that by releasing these burdens, we might lose a part of who we are. Many believe that letting go is akin to giving up, that it symbolizes failure. Yet, letting go is not about losing, it is about granting yourself the freedom to move forward. It is an act of acceptance, acknowledging that what has passed is no longer within your control, but the present and future await your discovery. So, take a moment to look within. What burdens are you carrying? Has the time come to face and bid farewell to the unnecessary weight you've been holding onto? Remember, letting go is not something to fear. It is an act of courage and a profound expression of self-love. What does it mean to let go? Letting go, in its simplest form, is not about giving up or losing something. It is the act of freeing the mind from the entanglement of burdens we often cling to within ourselves. When we speak of letting go, some may perceive it as an act of weakness or surrender. However, in reality, letting go requires courage and wisdom to face the truth that some things are no longer suitable or are beyond our control. Imagine a flowing river carrying with it new streams of water. Life is much the same. It is always moving, always changing. When we cling to what has passed, like holding onto stagnant water, we not only block ourselves from a new life but also burden the natural flow of life itself. Letting go demands an open heart, one that recognizes that what we hold onto may no longer serve our present. In Buddhism, letting go is seen as an art of freedom. The concept of non-attachment paves the way to serenity. When we let go, we do not merely distance ourselves from what no longer belongs to us, we also soothe the cracks in our hearts. It is an act of forgiveness, a way of responding to ourselves with love and acceptance. By no longer clinging to painful memories or unfulfilled expectations, we create an open space within us to welcome the good things that are yet to come. Letting go also means understanding that not everything is within our grasp. Often, the things we must release are tied to the past or our expectations of a future that may never unfold. It is like releasing a bird to fly freely, cutting the string that binds it. In doing so, we come to realize that letting go is not about loss but about discovering a new horizon. Stories illustrating the power of letting go. In life, stories about letting go are not just minor lessons but carry profound power that touches the depths of the soul. These narratives help us recognize the value of freeing ourselves from invisible burdens, allowing us to rediscover the beauty of living unshackled. Sometimes, a simple story of the past can rekindle emotions and lessons that remind us of the strength within. Consider the story of a young woman who clung to a bouquet of wilted flowers. Within each dried petal, she saw memories of a love that had passed, even though it had lost its vibrancy. Every day, she placed the bouquet on her table, gazed at it, and couldn't help but blame herself for not keeping the flowers fresh for longer. A wise friend noticed this and gently advised her, "Put down this wilted bouquet and make room for fresh, fragrant flowers waiting for you out there." When she finally let go, she realized that her hands were now free to receive something far more beautiful and new. Another story, shared by a monk during a sermon, tells of a young man carrying a handful of stones. "These stones represent the things I cannot let go of," he said. The monk, smiling knowingly, responded, "If you don't let go of these stones, how can you hold on to something more valuable?" This story sheds light on the fact that often, we are not afraid of letting go itself but are instead consumed by the fear of what comes next. Finally, there's the story of a father and his child's kite that embodies the power of freedom. One day, the father noticed the kite string was causing tangles. "If the kite wants to soar higher, you must let it go free," he explained. This act of release mirrors the essence of letting go. When we no longer cling, we don't lose. Instead, we create the space for dreams and aspirations to reach greater heights. These stories remind us that letting go is not about loss, it's about embracing freedom, growth, and the opportunities waiting just beyond the horizon. Why letting go is essential for happiness. Happiness, in each of our lives, is neither distant nor mystical. It is an internal state, a capacity to enjoy moments of peace and the richness life offers. Yet, the invisible burdens we carry, painful memories, unfulfilled expectations, or fears rooted deeply in our minds often become the greatest barriers keeping us from approaching true happiness. Letting go is crucial because it allows us to detach from what has passed and opens the door to embrace the beauty of the present. Life is a continuous flow of change, but if we cling to the past, we inadvertently rob ourselves of the ability to savor the fullness of each moment. Like a glass that is already full, unless we pour out its contents, we cannot make room for something new. Letting go is a way to open our hearts, enabling us to release what no longer serves us and make space for what truly matters in the present. In the realm of spirituality, letting go is often viewed as the key to liberation from suffering. Buddhist teachings emphasize that non-attachment is the only path to escape the entanglement of the mind. We are often fixated on what cannot be changed, while true happiness lies right before us, in simple moments such as sunlight streaming through a window or the laughter of a loved one. By letting go, we allow our souls to become more attuned, more open, and better able to embrace the serenity that awaits. Letting go is also a profound act of self-respect. When we are unable to let go, we unconsciously hand over power to external factors, letting them dictate our happiness. Letting go is about reclaiming control over our own lives, deciding how we perceive and respond to the world around us. It frees us from dependency on anything external and positions us as the captain of our own journey. Ultimately, letting go is not just about releasing the past, it is a radical act of compassion toward yourself. It is the moment you tell yourself, "I deserve to be at peace." When you let go, happiness is no longer something you chase, it becomes a natural presence in your life, quietly and effortlessly taking its rightful place. Practical steps to letting go. Letting go is a journey, not a decision that can be made in an instant. It is a sequence of steps, each carrying an element of awareness, acceptance, and inner transformation. Everyone harbors a desire to let go and find peace, but reaching that point requires learning and intentional action. First and foremost, letting go begins with recognition. No one can let go of something without understanding what it is. We need to confront the burdens within ourselves, whether they are fears, sorrows, or attachments from the past. This recognition is not easy, as we often avoid facing uncomfortable emotions. Yet, this is the first step toward confronting and eventually learning to let go. Next, we need to practice acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up or surrendering. It is an honest and courageous acknowledgement that some things are beyond our control. For instance, when we observe a rainy day, accepting it does not diminish our disappointment, but it allows us to stop resisting and find positivity in the moment. Through acceptance, we can transform feelings of regret and pain into part of the journey that shapes our growth. Finally, letting go requires small, deliberate actions. As the monk described in the story of the glass, we must learn to set it down and recognize that we are not obligated to hold onto it. These acts of letting go can begin with small, everyday habits, forgiving our own mistakes, embracing changes in relationships, and cherishing new experiences. Though seemingly minor, these actions are the foundation for an open heart and a readiness to embrace the fullness of life. The journey of letting go is an ongoing process, but these small steps bring about profound changes in our minds and lives. By learning to recognize, accept, and act, we pave the way toward genuine peace and happiness. Personal reflections and perspectives. Each of us, in our quietest moments, has likely sat down and asked ourselves, why is it so difficult to let go? Why do the things of the past continue to cling to my mind? Letting go, while seemingly simple in words, carries a significant weight for the soul. In the deepest reflections, letting go feels like a lesson in facing pain that we sometimes cannot even name. I recall a phase in my life when I tried desperately to hold onto a relationship that had become destructive. Each day, I would gaze out the window and ask myself, could things ever go back to how they were? But in reality, no question could provide an answer, because sometimes what has shattered cannot be mended. Instead, it must be accepted. The hardest part of letting go isn't the physical act, it's the internal acceptance. It's about placing a definitive period on matters that the heart continues to question. In my personal reflections, I've come to realize that letting go is an art. It's not about oversimplifying or discarding memories, but about transforming pain into something lighter and more manageable within. When I learned to let go of expectations that were no longer feasible, I discovered that peace came not from abandoning but from welcoming a new mindset into my heart. Letting go is also a lesson in granting freedom to yourself. When I practiced forgiveness, it wasn't just about forgiving others, it was about forgiving myself for past mistakes. During moments of sorrow, I often asked if I was placing too much responsibility on things that could no longer be changed. Letting go in this sense is not giving up, but recognizing how invaluable it is to savor the present moment. Reflecting on my journey, I've realized that letting go is not an ending but a beginning. It is the moment we learn to become more sensitive and open, ready to embrace new values in life. When we let go, we release the burdens we carry and allow our hearts the freedom to soar. This is, after all, a part of the art of living, acceptance, letting go, and moving forward with a settled and serene heart. Final message: letting go is a gift to yourself. When seen through the surface of words, letting go is often misunderstood as giving up, losing something, or denying a part of life. In truth, however, letting go is an act of granting yourself freedom, the most profound spiritual gift you can offer to yourself. It is not merely a way to release burdens but also an act of healing, of responding to yourself with love and compassion. When you let go, you are no longer bound by the past. You are telling yourself, I accept the past, but I choose to move forward. No matter how beautiful the past may have been, it is not a place we belong to. Like a book you've already read, you cannot continue to marvel at its entirety if you keep lingering on the same worn-out pages. By closing the chapter of what has been, you create space to explore the next chapters, ones filled with fresh and unexpected possibilities. Letting go does not merely free you from burdens, it allows you to discover the lightness and positivity within your mind. In that newfound space, you can hear more clearly the dreams, aspirations, and desires that reside within you. The beauty of letting go lies not in losing something but in the freedom you give yourself from self-imposed barriers. It is like shedding a heavy backpack full of stones so that your hands are free to grasp onto the more valuable treasures awaiting you on your journey. More importantly, letting go is a way of showing respect to yourself. It sends a message to the world that you cherish the values of the present and will not let the past dictate your life. Letting go brings a sense of renewal, a rebirth where you are no longer defined by old wounds. Instead, you nurture seeds of hope and faith, allowing them to flourish within you. Letting go is a gift, not from anyone else, but one you give to yourself. It is the moment you allow your heart to breathe fully and your mind to rest after bearing the weight of burdens for too long. When you let go, you are not only granting yourself freedom but also creating room to welcome the extraordinary things that have yet to come into your life. We've now explored the incredible power of letting go and the profound meaning it brings to our lives. I hope today's sharing has been a source of inspiration, encouraging you to bravely face the past, embrace the present, and open your heart to the future. Letting go is not about loss, it's a gift you give to yourself. Remember, every time you release a burden, you take one step closer to happiness and peace. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found the content helpful, don't forget to like it to help spread this message to even more people. Share your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to hit subscribe to the Living Peacefully channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next inspiring content. Wishing you peace and happiness on your journey. See you in the next video. Let's work together to spread positivity.